What's going on, you guys? BringYourFriends here. Today I'm bringing you a video about my Path of Exile build. It's incorporating quite a few things into one kind of package, so it's never really been released to the community before, and I haven't seen a build like this since I made it. So I'm just going to share it with you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, and give me your comments and feedback and all that good stuff. So basically, this build is incorporating a Discharger build, a block build, and a incinerate build all into one nicely wrapped package. So that being said, how am I able to do this? So there's a few items that are definitely required for this build, and then a lot that are recommended. I'll give you guys a rundown of the build, my gear, and then the playstyle. So I guess the gear first. I'm running just a high damage one-handed mace, lots of spell damage, lots of fire damage for the incinerate. The 3 dragons, and the reason this is because when you incinerate, you have perma-shock stacks on everybody, so that's always good to have. Wrathpith Globe, 59% of block chance applied to spells, and I'll get to that later as of why it's very good to have. Rainbow Stride Conjurer Boots, again for the block chance applied to spells, the resist, and all that good stuff. Doriani's Invitation, increased fire damage, which obviously is good. Your flask grant 10% chance to ignite during flask effect, and one of the things that I'll get to that one later as why it's needed, just some regular shitty sorcerer gloves, lots of energy shield, fire resistance. This is just, yeah. And then a 6-link, all it has just increased energy shield, lightning, blah 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 blah, not really too great, just a good 6-link. Ramirez Banquet. Now the main thing on this is gain a power charge on non-critical strike, and when it comes to Incinerate, Incinerate can never crit, ever. The only time Incinerate can crit is with the Curse critical weakness, but obviously running that would be counterproductive with this build. So in short, Ramirez Banquet plus Incinerate equals charges. So that being said, you combine that with Val's Devotion, which is gain endurance charge when a power charge expires or is consumed. So since I'm a Discharger build, I essentially, and I also run Blood Rage too, so you pop Blood Rage, you cast that, unlimited power charges. I get 6 power charges with my build, and then somebody hits you or stuns you, the discharge from the power goes off and gives you endurance charges. So basically you have unlimited power charges, which can be converted into endurance, which can obviously be converted into damage. Also, it should be noted that I'm running Enduring Cry with Immortal Call and Cold Snap on Cast on Stun. And the reason why I'm running Cast on Stun is because I'm running a block build. It should be noted that I'm running Life Leech, Molten Shell, Cast on Stun, and Discharge in the 3 dragons. So when I was making the Discharger build as well, I thought about putting Immortal Call with increased duration, but the thing is when increased duration didn't really work that well with a Cast on Stun Immortal Call, because I was getting stunned so much that Immortal Calls were just overriding each other regardless of the duration. So meaning that Enduring Cry was better to have when it came to the Immortal Call, because even though you're having a lot of small immunities, but the quantity of immunity that you would have a greater effect as to not having as many power charges, but having like 1 or 2 really long Immortal Calls. So overall, the immunity is more consistent with Enduring Cry, which is gain endurance charges. So basically I get endurance charges when I'm stunned through Enduring Cry, and through expending charges via Incinerate when I'm stunned, if that makes any sense. I know it's kind of complicated, but yeah. So basically, every time I'm stunned, basically Immortal Call, Cold Snap is going off, Molten Shell is going off, which is also connected to Life Leech. Discharge is going off. Yeah, it's just all around just massive AoE damage that is infinitely fueled by Incinerate. The build itself is all over the place, however it works. You're emphasizing basically picking up block wherever you go, and you definitely need Ghost Reaver because I'm running CI, so Life Leech is definitely a must, and Life Leech is obviously connected to Incinerate, so I can just get my life back that way. You need a lot of mana regeneration. Going to get up Shaper, which is 40%, increase mana right here, mana regeneration there, picking up more mana regeneration here. Static Blows is recommended but not required, although obviously it is very good because when it comes to the 3 dragons, you definitely get perma-shock stacks all the time on whatever you are DPSing down. Getting more mana, more increased shield, spell damage, faster cast when you can. The mana reserve is definitely a must for me. I would not be able to run this build with clarity and discipline without it. Picking up these block notes here, more block notes here, and getting the max endurance charge here and the overcharge as well. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the build. Just fast cast, lots of regen, picking up overcharge and endurance for max charges for more damage output, and then max block so you can get your Molten Shell off, you can get your Cold Snap off, you can get your Immortal Call off, you can get everything off while DPSing, because you have the block recovery and all that good stuff too from the block nodes to be able to DPS while essentially negating damage. So that being said, didn't talk about my flask. Rumi's Concoction is always nice because I do not have max block on this build. Close, but no cigar. Let's see, defense. I have a 62% to block attacks and spells. Max resistance obviously up there. Mana regeneration is to 11.8 because you need that to cast Incinerate indefinitely. And when you're getting low, it's obviously good to pop Rumi's Concoction and a Granite Flask of Iron Skin because you are getting both. And the reason why I say both is because even though you pop Rumi's Concoction for the block, you can also pop the Granite Flask of Iron Skin to get both of the effects at the same time. So 75 block, and then changes from 3,000 to 6,000 while you still have the effect. So good for when you're in a pinch. And I forgot to mention on my rune set, you have the Arctic Breath, Fast Cast, Spell Totem, and Lesser Multiple. You can change up the totem really to anything you want. It should be noted as well that the totem will actually have a higher chance to crit because you have so many power charges when you're in the midst of things. So the totem, as of right now, has, let's see, strike chance 7.4. This will change dramatically when you're in combat, therefore giving the 3 dragons your cold damage can ignite but not freeze or chill. So the crit chance is going to be a lot higher, increasing the chance to ignite, more or less resulting in more damage. So I have a 7-2 map here. Let's just roll through it just to give you guys a preview of the build. I already cleared out a little bit of it just because I suck at making YouTube videos explaining things. So right now, 6 power charges at all times. Nothing really hit me yet. Where the fuck is this guy going? Dick. Here, let me get stunned on purpose. There we go. Everything's dead. Max power charges. You have a Mortal Call going off. for defense. Cold Snap's going off. Incinerate. Just melting everything with shock stacks. Or, like, I know I say shock stacks, but it's only one stack because they changed it after the patch to 50% instead of 3 stacks. But essentially the same thing. But yeah, melting everything. More or less, the more damage you take, the more damage you're outputting because of Cold Snap, because of Molten Shell, because of Discharge. Like, it's just tons of damage just waiting to happen. And of course, lots of life leech through Incinerate. And you have life leech through Molten Shell, you have life leech through Discharge, on top of Immortal Call. Like, there's tons of defenses with this build as well. I'm not even using my totem yet just because I don't really feel the need to use it. I guess I could just to show you. Also, since you have such high block, the chances of them being frozen or chilled or whatever is definitely high. Blood magic. I'll do the boss for you. This is always fun. Now you're gonna really see this shit in like high action. Turn on CEC. This is actually the perfect example for my build because I'm getting so much pressure that the Incinerate is going to be hitting on a massive scale. Not the Incinerate, but the Discharge. But yeah, that seems to be the gist of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your comments and suggestions in the comment section below. Again, I'm BringYourFriends in-game and on my YouTube channel. If you liked the video, please give it a like and share with your buddies. I won't ask you to subscribe, but it would be nice because, yeah, those are nice things to do. And that about sums it up. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace.